get straight into our Bears Now mailbag. I am Harrison Graham from F. Marsh. Could the Bears fire Luke Getsy but keep Matt Eberflus? And look, Ryan Poles has had Matt Eberflus's back publicly. He believes in him. He seems to like his leadership skills. If you're asking me, I think both should go. I don't think Luke Getsy is nearly consistent enough as a play caller. We see flashes of good stuff here and there, but it doesn't translate week to week. Sometimes it doesn't translate from drive to drive. Matt Eberflus, I think he knows defense. I don't think he has the entire skill set you need to be a good head coach in this league. I think he could go somewhere, be a good defensive coordinator for a long time. But I feel like both these guys are one notch above where they should be. Like I feel like Luke Getsy could be a good QB coach and maybe even a pass game coordinator, maybe over time a play caller. But as a first timer here, it has not worked out. Matt Eberflus, he's just not a head coach, man. He's a defensive coordinator, and that's okay. We see this all the time. Coordinators get a head coaching opportunity. They're not capable of it. And I think with Matt Eberflus in particular, that has become very, very clear. Now, who do you think is a worse coach? Do you think it's the head coach, Matt Eberflus? If so, type ME. If you think it's Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator, type LG. Basically, who do you think is a bigger problem for the Bears? ME for Flus, LG for Getsy. What say you down in the comments section? John Falchetta, what do you think of Caleb Williams crying for his mama? It's tough. Like, I appreciate the emotion of losing and caring and wanting to win, but like, I would almost rather see him share that emotion with his teammates, and maybe he did in the locker room after, but to go straight to the sideline, jump into the stands where his mom and dad are, like, yeah, I get it, they're your ride or dies, but you're the quarterback of a big-time program. Like, you got to be there for your teammates first in that moment, as crazy as that sounds. So I didn't love it. I didn't hate it like other people did. I don't have a problem with him showing emotion. I just don't know if he showed it with the right people at the right time. Like, hey, you're going to see your family after the game. Like, you can go have that moment with them then, not when cameras and millions of people are watching and you're like, wait, you're not with your teammates? I didn't think that was a great look. Daily basis, are we out on Braxton Jones? Do we go Marvin Harrison and Olu? Not out on Braxton. I thought he played pretty well against the Saints. Played 75% or so of the snaps, and then Larry Borum played the rest of them. I think he'll be full throttle for Thursday. Hopefully he continues to play well. If you're Ryan Poles and you think Olu or Joe Alt is a major upgrade at left tackle, you obviously have to very much consider that. But I think the good news about Braxton is if you want to go in a different position, different direction, you at least know he's serviceable on the left side. B. Mays and him. What are your thoughts on the safety position? Eddie played good yesterday, but barely hanging on. And Jaquan's concussion history is scary for us and him. Yeah, I think safety is going to have to be a position you go after, whether it's a free agent or in the draft. You hope Jaquan Brisker, even if he's going to be a guy that misses a few games a year, can at least play out this rookie contract and be productive for you. I think Eddie Jackson's done. He played okay yesterday. He looks a half step slower to me. I think that foot issue is a problem. And look, you can save over $10 million by cutting him after this year. So I think he's a pretty prime cut candidate for Ryan Poles. And unless he plays incredible the rest of the year, I would guess he's gone after this season. Carlos Ayala, maybe. Does Caleb Williams not being emotional on the sideline with his teammates remind you of Bo Callahan from the movie Draft Day, whose teammates didn't like him? Possible bad locker room presence. So Roley kind of filled me in on the Bo Callahan thing. Go ahead and cancel me. I've never seen Draft Day. I will watch it before the draft this year. I don't think it's apples to apples, but I do understand the analogy once Roley explained it to me. So I would just, I don't want to question Caleb Williams' leadership skills because I don't know what type of a leader he is. We'll see if leaks come out in the draft process, but I will say that you'd like to see him be with his teammates and be present more when those tough situations arise. DC Viper, why is Bayless, Patrick, and Borum still on this roster? What is Poles doing? Look, Borum, I think actually as a swing tackle is fine. He's definitely not great. You definitely don't want him having to start 4 or 5 games like he's had to here. But I think as a backup, it's fine. Lucas Patrick, Clearly, he's a good locker room presence, but he just cannot play football. I mean, he can't snap. He can't block. He has multiple penalties every week, it seems like. It's not good. And Velus Jones, he's just bad. I mean, again, he seems like a likable guy, but that's not enough in the NFL. I mean, you got to produce, and he has not. The only time we say his name is when a negative play happens. And if that's what you're known for, you got to move on. So I said it on our Monday morning video, the Bears should cut Velus Jones. Again, seems like a decent dude. If you want to bring him back to the practice squad, that's fine with me, but he should not be on this active roster. Today's show is Game Time, sponsored by Game Time. And listen, want to go to the Panthers game this week? Want to find the best ticket prices available? Game Time is going to do that for you. Buying tickets to an event should not be frustrating. It shouldn't be stressful. It should be easy. It should be painless. And now it is with the Game Time app. Their goal for you is to have a peace of mind with your purchase and to help you save as much money as possible when buying your tickets. Game Time wants you to have the best experience possible, whether you're at a Bears game, a Bulls game, a concert, etc. They're going to show you exactly your vantage point from your seat when you search for different areas in the arena, stadium, or venue. And they're going to give you the best prices available. And if you see a better price on a different ticketing service for that same seat or similar seat row, if you will, send a picture to Game Time. They're going to give you 110% credit there to lower that price for you because they want you to have the best deal and best experience possible. I've used Game Time on several occasions to get good prices on the day of the events, by the way. You can do that as well. Get $20 off once you download the Game Time app and create an account by plugging in promo code BearsChat. That is promo code BearsChat. After you create an account with Game Time, download the app today and get last-minute tickets for the lowest price guaranteed. Trade Roley for Eberflus should take play calling away from Getsy. I'll be honest, I don't think Flus could call 15 plays of an offense. He is just such a defensive nerd. I honestly do not think he could call an offensive game. I don't think he's capable of it. No victim here with what happened with Caleb Williams this weekend. There's no way he can lead a Bears locker room. The fans will go ahead and say it for you. I mean, I don't think one 30-second clip in a college football game is going to determine Caleb Williams' fate. I think what's going to determine his fate is A, how he can process information, see the field, and deliver the football, and B, how he can lead in the NFL. That's it. We can nitpick these clips all we want. We can say we liked it, we didn't like it. It's Twitter. It's a blessing and a curse. We debate everything. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's ridiculous. If Caleb Williams can sling the rock and put up points, I don't really care that he cried after a college football game. I don't. Kodos, what happens if we lose the game against the Panthers? I hope that means you clean house, but I don't get the sense that they would fire Matt Eberflus mid-season. That's what I would want to happen, but in reality, I actually don't think any changes would come. I think, maybe it's more confirmation that you're firing Flus after the season, but and maybe you just play out the string, but I don't think they're going to fire Matt Eberflus after this game, even if they lose. Speaking of this game, who you got? Type CHI for the Bears or CAR for the Carolina Panthers. Thursday Night Football in Chicago at Soldier Field. Let us know who you guys think wins this game. Radness personified. How far do you think Caleb is going to drop with the recent lackluster performances? Well, let's be clear about this, too. He put up 42 points against Washington and put up big numbers in a top 25 matchup, which he actually hasn't always done. He's struggled in a lot of top 25 games. He played well on Saturday. USC couldn't stop Washington, which is why they fired their defensive coordinator finally in Alex Grinch. Yeah, I think his recent play hasn't been his best overall, not necessarily including the Washington game, but I would be shocked still if the top two picks weren't Drake May, Caleb Williams in whatever order. Maybe a team takes Marvin Harrison top two over one of the quarterbacks, but I still think they're going to go top two. Henry Forte, what do you think we do in free agency with $75 million to spend besides extending Jalen Johnson? Well, hopefully that happens, obviously. If you don't draft a center, you need to sign one in free agency. I haven't looked at the top available centers. I think Lloyd Cushenberry is available. He's a promising young player. Not sure beyond that. Got to address center. I think signing another defensive lineman, probably to come off the edge opposite of Montez Sweat, is going to make sense. Is there a 3-tech out there you could get? I can't remember. I'll double check real quick if DeForest Buckner is a free agent. I know he's a little bit older. He's like 30 now, but like on a 1 or 2 year deal, I would be very interested in bringing him in. He is under contract through next season, but minimal dead cap penalty. So if the Colts cut him, maybe he's a guy you bring in here. But I think adding some defensive linemen is going to continue to make some sense, and perhaps a center. Club Dub, if the Bears pass on Marvin Harrison, I'm driving up to House Hall and fighting polls. I really want them to, man. Like, what's going to be interesting is if the Bears have like the number 2 and the number 7 pick. Like, what if the Bears rally to go 5-12 or something, get like the 7th pick, but that Carolina pick is number 2? There's almost no way you get Marvin there because you'd probably take a quarterback number 2, and Marvin's not making it to number 7. So be interesting to see how it all plays out, but I would really like to see Marvin Harrison in a Bears uniform for a very, very long time. Subscribe and join us for our Bears-Panthers watch party. Thursday night we'll go live at 6 o'clock Central Time. We're trying to get to 79,000 subs at least by the end of that watch party. It'd be dope if we got there before it, obviously. But if you want daily Bears videos and live watch parties every single week, we are the channel for you. It's 100% free. Do not miss out here on Bears Now. Graham Rogers, Bears coaching candidates for me are Ben Johnson, Brian Johnson, and Bobby Slowick. What about yours? Brian Johnson, Eagles offensive coordinator, for those who don't know. Bobby Slowick, Texans offensive coordinator, for those who don't know, and he's been cooking with C.J. Stroud. I think those are all some interesting names. I don't know about Brian Johnson. The Eagles' red zone offense woes have been a problem at times this year. Bobby Slowick, first-time coordinator for the Texans, I believe, but he's been impressive. Ben Johnson, obviously, has been a play caller longer than those other 2 guys, and he knows the NFC North, so I would lean him out of those 3. Jim Harbaugh is a wild card at this point. Would the NFL punish him? I don't know, but I would still be interested there if he was not punished. From Eddie Jackson, do you think the Bears should keep Justin next year, build the team up, and then sign or trade for a proven quarterback because this team cannot develop a quarterback? Well, who are you going to sign? I mean, Kirk Cousins is the most notable free agent. He's coming off a torn Achilles. He's going to be 35. I mean, you have guys like Ryan Tannehill and Baker Mayfield set for free agency. I don't think either of those guys are the answer. I mean, do you want to trade for Kyler Murray and his $50 million a year, salary? I like Kyler, but I don't know if I want to do that. That's kind of what you're looking like. I mean, is Dallas going to trade Dak Prescott? I highly doubt it. I mean, what other quarterbacks are even potentially available on the trade market that are actually worth investing in? I'm not sure. With Dre Day, I sadly don't think Caleb can handle the Chicago sports media. Well, someone's going to have to eventually. Like all these external factors, well, I don't know if he can do this, he can do that. Well, someone's got to be able to. Someone on this planet can be this team's quarterback and can handle the criticism that comes with being this quarterback. It's not different in Dallas or New York and and all these other places. And they've had guys that can do the job. So whether it's Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Justin Fields, that's part of the job. And if you can't handle it, that's on you. Make sure to follow me on social media at HGramNFL on Twitter. Same handle on Instagram as well. It is at HGramNFL. If you have any more questions, you guys can hit me up over there at HGramNFL on Twitter and on Instagram for more Bears